Hello, everyone, and welcome to the third SpyParty Masters Championship 2023 cast. I am your host, Corvus Mallory, and I'm joined today by my co-caster, Wrestler.
Thank you for having me, Corvus, and I'm excited to cast both of these games, but just this one, DavidW versus Scout.
We have got, as you mentioned, DavidW versus Scout. This is a match in the lower brackets. And I say lower, there's nothing inherently higher or lower necessarily about this. Is just what side of the graphic it's printed on. These players, whoever is the winner, will have a chance to play the winner of Grash versus Gentleman, and then they'll get to play Rav, Sauerkraut, and Opie. So nothing particularly easy about the path through the lower bracket at all.
Neither the path or the destination. So, indeed. I guess I can talk about a bit of players if you want. I can start with DavidW. So, recently this year, finally kind of broke through. The best result ever, I think, is the highest placement in the cup thus far, 4th place. And in being OP right in a round of 60 match and barely losing out to the champion Koopa in it was, I think, a double overtime game in there. So super close. And when DavidW is on point, I watched a lot of his replays. The sniper that he has especially is super oppressive. His spy play can be sometimes a bit too slow for my liking, but on his best day, his spy is kind of slow but reasonable. But his sniper is absolutely, players find it infuriating. And I think we have one of the examples that we have here. So context for this game, this is Highrise versus DavidW in the round of 16. The spy has been low-lit for 2 minutes based from the entire start of the game. You can go ahead and play it, Corvus. But as you can see here, even when the spy is loaded, he's still able to track and bring people back up. So even if you're low-lit, you can never be 100% sure for DavidW. We got the bug way beforehand. There's no way you could have seen it, especially with remote. And even though we were a low light, and this peculiar highlight, but it's not really for fighting or anything, and then we just take the shot. So though you might feel safe sometimes against DavidW if he doesn't highlight or maybe even low lights you, but you can never rest easy. You can find any small mistake in your play and shoot for it. And I think we can go on to the next player, Scout. Scouts, they've been on the rise. They've been in SML at least. Unfortunately, they took second place in the Emerald division, losing out to Hunu and reaching the quarterfinals of Summer Cup with a pretty convincing win over Gentleman in round of 16, as shown here, which Gentleman is also in SMC. And when I think of Scouts, their sniper is serviceable. I wouldn't say it's their strongest suit. I think that they're what is gonna propel Scout to victory today is their spy play. Their spy play is predicated around having a really high green test rate and basically forcing the sniper to make these really tough shots. So I think we can get on to the replay here. So this is gonna be a full replay. So around the immediate green time ad, green flirt, and the green statue inspect, and this is just an example of knowing when to rush and how. So we go for an immediate inspect swap play at the side of the venue where there's no traffic at all. So we have 3 visions done, and the sniper is not really looked that way since every single important thing is there. So and get a contact in immediate green purloin, and even if the sniper sees this purloin, which he did, are they're asking the sniper, are you willing to shoot for mission completion 1.5 minutes into a veranda game? And that's the unexpected rush game that just tends to work most for scouts. And basically sometimes these unorthodox plays that they just find themselves in. And to beat DavidW Sniper, I think they're gonna have to do it.
It's interesting that you mentioned that because obviously we have two players with very different play styles on the spy side, right? I mean, David W, traditionally known as a player who plays very slow on the spy side, is willing to time out to put that pressure on snipers. Whereas here, at least we saw one example of a very aggressive, very rushy game from Scout. I mean, look, I'm friends with Scout. I'm aware that they've been focusing on green rate over the last year or two, along with me and some other players. So it'll be interesting to see how that turns out as we take a look at the draft for this match. So we've got from David W a ban onto Ballroom and a ban onto Aquarium from Scout. The restrictions will be Veranda and Redwoods. So in fact, Wrestler, the two games that you chose to highlight for us, the players are aware, the players have chosen to restrict those venues. And then we have doubled Highrise and Gallery, singled Library, Pub, Courtyard, and Veranda. So certainly looking at Scout's picks of Gallery, Pub, and Veranda, you know, usually I wouldn't describe Veranda as a rush-friendly map, although I have to concede based on what we just saw. And then on the David W side, doubled Highrise, doubled Library, and doubled Courtyard, maybe putting Courtyard aside. You know, Highrise is kind of that archetypal example of a venue where you have lots of time and you can play with that finesse that David W is so fond of.
Yeah, double Highrise. I would have imagined that David W would have doubled Library and singled Highrise, since I know at least when watching replays, David W is super comfortable on Library sniper side. That's where I think he's the most impressive. But apart from that, yeah, these bans and restricts make a lot of sense along the double singles, and I think we're soon to get ready into the match, but I think we have to do predictions first.
We really do. It's so tough here. Yeah, predictions. You know, I think here, both of these players have been occupying, I think, this part of the community for some time in terms of skill level. The only thing I'm really looking at to make a determination here is recent results in Swiss and recent results in Cups. We saw David W with that win over Scout in a Cup, and I think just on that basis, I'm going to be predicting a win for David W.
Okay, I'm just gonna ask her, we're gonna break the overtime curse, though?
Wouldn't that be nice? So far, I think we've had a single overtime and a double overtime in SMC.
Yes. Yes. Okay, so I am usually very biased towards spies in general. I think when you have a better spy, I'm gonna say better spy, but more versatile spy, I think you're usually gonna be the one more winning, but I think that currently David W is on slightly better form. I'm gonna go with David W. I'm even gonna predict the score of 9-6. So there you go. You can quote me if I'm wrong on that.
Okay, 9-6. The community predictions, by the way, are 54% for David W. and 46% for Scout. So pretty much dead tied in terms of the community predictions. I think it's fair to say the match could go either way, but it's time to figure out how it will go because, Wrestler, as you mentioned, it's time for us to get into this game. We've got David W starting off on the spy side of Highrise. If you're listening, you'd like to get in on the predictions, head over to SpyPartySMC.com/predict. You can enter something into the prediction spreadsheet there. But, Wrestler, you ready to get started?
Oh, absolutely.
All right, well, we'll get the game going in 3, 2, 1, playing it. David W on Highrise is going to walk right past our selection target, very unlike what we saw in yesterday's games, and instead just going to land here in this empty painting pad. To start things off, we have Inspect turned off, which I think is fairly standard for David.
Yeah, I've been seeing more and more Inspects turned off, but keeping Swap on, just so the sniper has to pay attention at the statues and has to pay attention who could potentially swap as we go and hit the green floor for 50%.
Yeah, that flirt's nice to have. We took a little detour at a painting pad. Meanwhile, not a lot of activity really here from the party. We have some people at bookcase, transfers turned off, so that won't be too relevant. We're building a little bit of a chain as David will go ahead and finish a drink, but Rocker will take, so that gets a little bit less enticing. Briefcase at our feet. it's picked up by Twin. So 2.5 minutes off the clock. We have one flirt, and we're going to get another one pretty soon.
I imagine we're just kind of waiting for... I was going to say there is a difficult print on blue, but Ambassador's going to refresh that. So there's an avenue for a fingerprint there. There's a difficult one on the briefcase here.
Yeah, and there's the 2 green flirt. You love to see that. And I think David is one of the players who tends to just go with a random ambassador. Is that right?
Yes. He goes for random ambassador, seduction target, and fly. Most of the time. And that also has its merit, since you're so used to seeing Taft as the ambassador. I know I've done myself that plenty of times where you follow Taft and thinking, oh, he's not the ambassador. What am I doing?
Absolutely. All right, well, just coming up to 100 seconds. So far, no activity from David aside from finishing flirts, but still plenty of time to go on Highrise. I think we're perfectly comfortable with this amount of time on the clock. There's no cause for alarm, especially given that we have swap available to us. We have Purloin, we have Bug, we have lots of missions. We can finish very quickly. The only thing we can't finish right now, of course, would be Contact, as the DA is not in conversation.
Yeah, sometimes Contact on Highrise could be hard to find. And there's quite a lot of paths the DA can just flow around for quite a bit. But instead, we're going to the far statue. I don't think this is fingerprintable. This could be just a green swap into a Contact to distract. I don't imagine that would work. No, we're just putting it innocently.
Yeah, David doesn't imagine that either. Just gonna head back in here. And look, we're running down the clock is one way of thinking about it. We're using all of the clock is another way to think about it. If you're given 3.5 minutes, you may as well take them.
Oh, the DA leaves after taking a drink and with 30 seconds left. Not sure if they're ever coming back. I think... No, we're not... Scout is very aware of that bug. We're not doing that. We're going into the statue for a swap play. It is a green swap. And it is seen that we're there. But if we just Contact now and the clock hangs, that could be both for a swap and the Purloin. I think Boots is getting called. Yeah, Boots is getting called.
It's going to be a white Contact very close. Oh, it just takes. No, it doesn't.
No, the DA split?
No, the DA split.
0.4 double agent left conversation with Spy. Oh, that's tragic. Oh, no. Oh, I want to see if they were... I want to see if Scout was rotating to potentially see that statue. Maybe they were. But that's... I mean, it's just unfortunate we don't even get to find out if we would get away with that one.
Yeah, I mean, that's a really unlikely way, I think it's fair to say, to conclude this very first game of the match. But look, David took every single possible second, got extremely unlucky with that last minute split, and now it's on to Scout's first game on the Spy side, playing as Teal, David on the Sniper. In 3, 2, 1, playing it. And we have Transfer and Purloin turned off, so Inspec's back on for Scout.
Inspects can be powerful, especially if you get flood done really quickly. And Scouts, I imagine that's what's going to be their game plan. Since, but unfortunately, the seduction target is not playing ball.
No ball at all. We don't want to head over to that briefcase one bit. Excuse me, that bookcase one bit. We will head over to the briefcase, actually. Perfectly fine with that. We get a difficult print, and we will miss it. Lots of bug opportunity here. David's trying to watch it. We're not going to take any kind of bug. We're going to be very respectful and just head over to Windows. But that's that really nasty place. The ambassador really wants it. And now we will take the bug.
Oh, that's perfect. Oh, that is perfect. It's a bug you don't expect to guard. That's if you are looking for it or actively looking for it, that's quite easy to guard. But I think that's the unexpected nature of someone trying to do a bug there is something. I think that's what caught DavidW off guard, and we're in a commanding position to take this game already.
Yeah, I'd love to see an early contact here. The only kind of annoying thing is that the SDA is out of conversation. Scout would want to wait for maybe 2 more guests to get in. We will go ahead and do our talk since it is forced. SDA maybe heading into CC? Yeah, I think you just take this contact, especially after what happened last game.
I think we have to do it now. D is getting offered. If he... Okay, no contact yet. We do get a flirt.
I mean, look, we'll take the flirt for sure. 68% now, we just need 1 more white flirt. That's close.
I was about to say that we're not doing a contact as a missed opportunity, but the double agent is insisting for us to take it. It seems so.
Yeah, at this point, we would knock out a lot of players, but Scout's in such a strong position, and in fact, even if it's not a strong position, it's a polarizing position. Like, either the bug was clean or it's not. You don't need to do anything fancy here. You need a flirt contact, and if the sniper has it, you'll die. If the sniper doesn't, you'll win. But like, there's no other path to victory here, I think, that's going to be more likely of a success.
I think we're playing with fire here. I think we had a way better contact opportunity than this, and if DA leaves after taking the string, okay, he doesn't take it. I'm really scared about this.
We'll reject the drink as well. We're starting to get into a place where we could run into trouble with our ST. Double agent is talking. Now we'll go for the real contact. There it is. Couple of lights changing around, but none looking at us. We need a green flirt here to finish this. Doesn't matter. Shot comes off onto Kane, and Scout sweeps the first pair.
What I was wondering, maybe we're waiting for Kane to get. I want to see what if Kane had statues. No, we have a print, and yeah, we have prints maybe on Kane. I imagine so. That's why we waited for him. Yeah, I mean, a bit playing with fire, but good thing realizing that Kane is one of the top suspects and does get shot for it, unfortunately. But even then, I think if we finish flirt, there's very unlikely that we get shot there.
Absolutely. All right, well, that takes us to game 3. David back on the spy side playing as Rocker, and Scout on the sniper. In 3, 2, 1, playing it. And David now with inspects turned on, so deciding to adapt to Scout's meta, it would seem.
Indeed, maybe just trying to throw off Scout a bit as well. So, okay, your inspect this game maybe didn't work. Of course, inspects, it's easier to frame someone. Since it's easier for the party goers to finish inspect rather than, let's just say, finishing fingerprint most of it.
For sure. All right, well, slow start here for the spy. Nothing unexpected. We still have plenty of time on Highrise. Just watching the party, getting a sense of who our potential frame targets might be. DavidW, of course, famously willing to commit to timeouts, but also very, very good at provoking Civ shots, and we'll be trying to do that here for sure. But look at this low light already onto Boots. Scout trying to take this time to narrow down the party as David picks up a fingerprint off of this tray.
I was about to say that I wanted to see David picking up like maybe a fingerprint or an inspect in the middle of the game, just so we have options for completion. If we don't have a fingerprint or inspect, so it's just basically a hard swap, especially with Purloin turned off. Or maybe a crash bug, which is also low opportunity, low percentage play, in my opinion. This would be a great time to contact, and unfortunately, we're not in the right conversation for it. I wouldn't mind just going to the next. Oh, now we can't.
No, now we have to take this flirt, and we will. It'll be a green test from David, 76% now on the spy side. Ambassador re-enters this conversation. I don't think there's any opportunity for us to try to force some kind of bug here. Scout's going to be looking for that. We still need another print. We need the ambassador to do something like go to statues maybe and give us an opportunity for it.
I think there's still a print at Blue Bouquets. Maybe that has been expired. But now that print has cooked longer, so it may be a better idea, since the sniper is just seen that the ambassador has been at statues, and that print is kind of fresh in the sniper's memory, and you may piece together. Oh, we're being very respectful of this part.
Yeah, we are being very respectful. We have some room to work with. We're already at 76%. Ambassador's going to leave another statue print. We will finish with a green flirt, so that's one mission done. Double agent has left. So unfortunate for David, not going to get a chance to contact here either with 46 seconds on the clock. That could become an issue. DA will not rejoin our conversation. We'll go to window instead. David's going to go pick up this statue print that we talked about. This isn't the most recent Ambassador statue print, but it's not that old either. This will be our second. Still no reason for Scout to shoot necessarily on the second print, but 24 seconds. David's going to have to make a move here and find a way to get to mission win countdown, or just commit to another timeout. Double agents at books, and another contact here may not be possible.
I don't think so. I think we missed our opportunity for contact. It's going to have to be a crash bug since we have Purloin turned off, and I think Scout is going to be all over this.
Yeah, I think so. There's the bug. It's very visible. Rotation comes, and Scout will find the shot and go up 3-0 on DavidW's pick of Highrise.
Yeah, I think while this game is better from DavidW, I think the only real mistake is not going for a contact earlier. And while yes, DA luck is a little bit unfortunate, sometimes you guys have to force a BB and hope for the best, because you're leaving yourself basically stuck for options when you don't have that contact.
All right, well, heading on to our last game of Highrise, it will be Scout looking to sweep DavidW's double, or DavidW trying to stabilize at 3-1. In 3, 2, 1, playing it. And we're going to try to join conversation here with the double agent. I mean, we've been talking about this all night, Wrestler, but I don't think we're going to see a contact right now.
It's usually unadvisable unless everyone is in the conversations. Maybe one low light. Then it actually puts a lot of mental strain on the sniper. Since the banana bread, as it's called, the contact, it's usually the high time of, okay, someone's going to be completing soon.
Actually, this is a pretty good contact right here. The only person out's the SDA, but...
now we're going to have to do it. Here it is.
It's a white test. It's a little awkward.
Banana bread.
But it's pretty good. DavidW will go ahead and low-light Taft and then highlight General and Alice, who split. So a very polarizing contact. But now we've got contact done.
We only got one low light from that, and everyone else has real. So this is gonna be, it's already a tough game for snipers, because if a party goer just goes to center statues currently, or just goes to 2 sets of statues, that puts an immense pressure of, okay, do I need to shoot for this? Have they finished flirts? Could they conceivably finish flirt?
Of course, DavidW, renowned for being a player who will track those flirts, and Highrise is a good place to do it. Scout so far only has one, a white test for 34%. That's 2 whites so far in this game from Scout. Just over 100 seconds left. I'd love for us to get a chance to pull the trigger on one here pretty soon.
Yeah, but this splitter is gonna come up any second now. Should be expiring very, very soon. And here it is, cooldown is expired. So again, we left Purloin off. Or we're ignoring Toby? We're ignoring Toby, by the way. I think that was a bit too long, but I think it was right on the cusp of it, so hard to shoot.
It was very awkward. We do get a print off of this drink, but yeah, we kind of got ourselves in a tough spot. We talked because we had the arrow, then we wanted to flirt, then we wanted to take a drink. We got a low light flash onto Scout. Not sure what to interpret from that, but we've got a minute left here. We just need one more print and one more flirt.
Sometimes that's just used as a memory aid. I know I don't do it with low lights. I do it with a high, put in neutral light and then back to a highlight. That could be just a memory aid. But yeah, with one more flirt and one fingerprint, Ambassador's okay. Now he's putting down the briefcase. He's gonna get forced out soon, And if we're picking up this sprint, we're not really highlight. I don't imagine. Oh, as soon as I say that, okay, now we go for
I hate this. This feels so gross. It makes a ton of sense. There's 18 seconds, but oh, it feels gross. Let's see how the sniper treats us. 6 seconds. Yeah, here comes the shot. Does this? Is it the shot? No shot. No shot. And Scout. Scout's gonna take the first venue 4-0.
Oh, David's gotta be kicking himself for that. Just had the right person, but just probably missing the first fingerprint then.
Mm-hmm.
Or not tracking the footwear enough, maybe. But no, that was the worst feeling as a sniper. You had it, but you just didn't have what one little thing to shoot, and oh, that's just unfortunate. But Scout is already dying. Our predictions, at least, going up 4-0.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, we're headed to gallery. This is Scout's double. And if we were talking about double agent luck on Highrise, we're just getting started. DavidW on the spy side of gallery playing as Rocker in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
And also, gallery is not a favorable place for slower spies. Since you have to be proactive. Well, contacts, flirts. Okay.
Yeah, just whisper some sweet nothings into Cowboy's ear from right behind. Go up to 51% on the flirt at the painting pad. We'll go for this bug. No, excuse me, we don't go for the bug. There was just a normal arm swing. We will walk right past the ambassador, give me a little bit of a heart attack. But David's not going to take that, well aware that that bug on gallery is death. And so it's 3 minutes, 18 seconds as the double agent is in conversation.
Pearl's ambassador, it does have its advantages. Of course, the biggest disadvantage is that Pearl's not going to be leaving many prints around, so prints not going to be an option. But at the same time, the reverse drive-by bug is going to be a lot stronger, a slower character. We're going to have much higher, bigger window to hit that.
How about a green purloin? That will certainly help. List still bouncing around here, just building up a chain. Scout probably aware of this chain, but not really liking it very much. The highlight onto David immediately as the list is taken. We're walking outside to try to get our second flirt. Oh, and look at this. The fake low light onto David, I think, for being outside. That's very sneaky.
Yeah, and maybe David's not going to buy, but even with contact, we'll have to do one more mission. And we're basically one of two suspects. And even though that not many people are low-lit for it, you don't need to low-light people, all of them, to basically, if you're only watching to the party first. And I think based on the highlights that we've done, immediately we did Alice and then we did us. Go for a fake BB, but okay, the front conversation has an SDA, but we don't.
Very dangerous there. Scout not quite able to find the low light onto Smallman, which would have been very valuable, but we were zoomed in at the time. We have 2 missions done. We still don't have a real contact. We just have a fake one. And we have 1:37 on the clock. Now this is where that double agent could start to be a problem. He's headed outside at the moment. Will DavidW give chase, or will he try to make some progress inside? We have 80 seconds, which is enough time to force a hardtail, but you kind of have to force it.
Oh, Bass is not going to come here now. I maybe hoping for a bug somewhere here, but no shot, basically. I think we have to bite the bullet and go for this DA, but unfortunately the list taker Alice is not around in the conversation.
Take a very respectful path around the ambassador. Head out here to try to get the contact. We go in the back of the conversation. That's always very scary, but David navigates it perfectly. We get a real contact that will knock out Alice, but Smallman being offered, and that's enough. Scout will take the shot and extend the lead 5-0.
Yeah, that's, I mean, unfortunately, maybe a bit of overly ambitious purloin from David, and Scout has been on par with their sniper thus far. And yeah, once they had two suspects and one just contact and the other is out. It's an easy shot for Scout, given the narrowing down of the party. And apparently we cursed David way too much. It's 5-0 for Scout, and they are on a roll indeed.
All right, well, that will take us to our second game of Gallery. This will be Scout on the spy side playing as Salmon, and David back on the sniper in 3, 2, 1, playing it. We're going to go for this early bug. No, we will not. We'll just land in this empty conversation. Probably a more prudent way to start the game. The sniper is not going to be automatically zoomed in necessarily. We'll hit a green flirt for 44% instead, which is a nice way to open a game of Gallery. Meanwhile, lots of people inside, no attention being paid to us whatsoever. We could even go for some kind of time ad here as an option. Statues are very busy. Toby's being offered to places, but it looks like Scout's content to sit here and try to timer flirt.
Maybe time ads are currently a bit ambitious, since if the sniper notices it, especially early on, you're basically eliminating half of the party at the back there. But I would agree that we could have maybe went away to the pad where Alice is currently and shortened the flotation cooldown. But we lucked out to do that.
Now we're just gonna head back inside. You know, Salmon, not a character traditionally you would think of as a good choice for bugging, but Gallery can produce a lot of noise. Bugging is a lot more opportunistic.
Just a drink.
Oh, it's just gonna be a take though. There's no print here, is there? Surely not.
No, I don't think so. Oh, there is. There is a difficult print.
Oh, a difficult print. Okay, and Scout hits it. No question about it. Scout all on top of these green tests today, and it's really helping with this, with the flirts, with the print, really everything except the contacts. I think the contacts have not exactly been green.
It's the important ones that matter, right? I mean, if you can get... And Ambassador's leaving a print on green. If no one's around to take... They're using a briefcase for us. Oh, good thing that we didn't take that bug. Though, in a moment that it would be a good play, but I think that the sniper angle was really guarding it. So good thing that Scout didn't take that.
Yeah, now surely we're just waiting for the Ambassador to return this book. We'll pick up the second print then. Time is a concern, for sure. Scout looking around, trying to find some help there. Not going to try anything with this purloin. And we could, yeah, sure, we can go outside, pick up another flirt while we wait for the Ambassador to put the book back. Which, of course, will happen exactly as we start walking outside.
And I think we kind of have to flirt and time ads. We're a bit too short for time. If we want to finish. Oh, the DA drops by.
Yeah, take it for sure, 100%. And look, this is Gallery. This is a perfectly good contact.
Banana bread.
1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 low lights. And
Boots
unfortunately, I think Sari has smudged that print to green.
I don't like this timer flirting. I just don't have a lot of time. And we still need to do basically 1.5 missions after this flirt.
David very carefully watching Sari at statues. Meanwhile, we will finish our timer flirt. 25 seconds, safety off onto orange Sari. This is laser play that Scout could read and go in here and try to swap.
Swapping.
Yeah.
I think we're swapping, I think.
There it is. It's green! No, it's green! That's bad! We don't want a green here. We can't win. There's nothing for us to do. We don't have time. There's no time. We made it! Wow, okay. So, it's going to be the shot anyways. David is aware.
Oh, that would have been a... if only that swap was wide.
Right?
Maybe we could... Yeah, that could... I mean, it's always hard to say, but judging on how hard DavidW watched Sari and even flashed on her, I think if that swap was wide, that could just induce a shot. but unfortunately, that swap is green. I wouldn't put it past. It would have been an accidental green. Oh, well, that's. It's hard to say that in the moment, but yeah, just finally DavidW gets on the board and he'll need more points to catch back up.
Yeah, long road to go, but we've seen some comebacks in SMC, so not impossible by any means. And a chance to try to do it here on Spy's side on Gallery. David with 4 minutes on the clock in 3, 2, 1, playing it. I'm looking forward to seeing a 3:59 Spy game here, as would be traditional. Start off with a quick flirt. It's a white test. We just managed to get it off before Cowboy leaves. And then we'll just head into conversation.
Very busy back of the gallery. A lot of people at books, a lot of people at statues. Even Ambassador's the only person that's kind of safe as the DA, so he doesn't have to be concerned about that. Yeah, lots of early pressure, and maybe David's gonna go for this transfer, especially since the Ambassadors know we're gonna go for an animation one.
Yeah, Scout is zoomed all the way out, I think, given the Ambassador outside. We have lots of cover here, so that transfer comes off clean. Don't think there's any suspicion whatsoever. Maybe we were seen at Bookcase, but that's going to be about it. But of course, green is the easy side. Just blue remains to be done, as Ambassador, by the way, heads over to blue.
Yeah, that could be a... I mean, I don't think we're going to go immediately, so I don't know if that print is going to be there for a super long while. But yeah, I don't imagine we're hoping that our seduction target lands in this conversation. Oh, but he doesn't, sadly.
I think we might just take this purloin at this point. No, sorry, what was I thinking? There's still 2.5 minutes left in the game. We're just going to take a drink.
You're thirsty for rushes, I see. But no, yeah, I don't think we even should have taken that drink, but no harm, no foul. It just leaves our hand a bit preoccupied. We have a flirt down for 77%.
Hi, Salmon. Nice to see you in this conversation. 2 minutes on the clock. Our seduction target is still standing here. We can spend another 30 seconds or so to wait for the cooldown to end. And I'm not sure what else we want to be doing. Ambassador will leave a print at front statue, so lots of opportunity there to let that cook for a bit and then go get some inspects. And our ST leaves 15 seconds before the cooldown would have expired.
I'd like to go to blue bookcase now and just basically see if we can get away with the second transfer. Unfortunately, Ambassador... Oh, we take another drink. I'm not sure that I like that.
Yeah, this drink is going to slow us down from getting our transfer stuff done. We will get flirt as the ST comes back, so that's some good luck at least. No contact yet, by the way. Double Agent is in conversation outside. We have a drink in hand. Okay, we stopped just a few meters short of the door.
We indeed do go have the etiquette of not taking any drinks outside, but just... Okay, it's gonna be...
This is fine. This is fine. We can inspect. We can get the print at the other statue, which I think is still there. And there's a print here. And we've green swapped. I'm sorry. Hang on a second. We can finish all of our missions in the next 25 seconds. We didn't inspect. We inspected none.
Oh, just... Oh, Teela's gonna get color, but the front-facing statue... Are we gonna go for a bug here? Oh, no, we didn't. Okay, there's the swap happened. Is there a shot?
There is. Wow. Scout is on fire.
Is that an accidental mistake swap about? Because there is a fingerprintable one.
That's true. The fingerprint can mess up your action priorities if you're not careful.
Because I think we want to do a fingerprint there. But then again, we have 30 seconds left. I'm not sure. Maybe fingerprint into a... I'm not sure. But 40 seconds left. I'm not sure what the finish is there. But maybe that swap was intentional.
All right. Well, that takes us to the last gallery game, and it will be Scout spying as Alice, DavidW on the sniper. In 3, 2, 1, playing it. So your Scout, you're spying on gallery. You have a big lead on the score. What's your play here? Do you want to go super aggressive? Because like you have an opportunity here to set the tone and set the mood for how the singles might go. And so you have a chance to just get into your opponent's head a little bit.
I think it's such a big lead this early on, especially. I think you want to keep on the pressure. I'm not saying to rush with 1 minute, 1:30 tops, but I'm saying just be aggressive, be willing to do plays.
Well, 3:15 on the clock, and not a lot for us here in this back conversation. Smallman will take a drink, and then Toby will head the other way. So Scout not really putting on much pressure in the early game at all.
I thought that SD led, but apparently he's still here. Yeah, maybe just thinking, okay, I need to gather myself a little bit. Let's just stay calm. Let's just idle for now, and gather myself how I want to finish this game.
We've got the ambassador sitting all the way over here. We'll get the briefcase return. A couple of statue visitors as well, but Scout staying put. Just gonna take this flirt, it looks like.
This could be an interesting bug angle. It is!
It's visible. It's visible, but it's hard to see. Not hard enough.
The little bit of a ceremonial pause before the shot here, maybe just waiting for the ambassador to clear the space. Yeah, I like that play, but I like that play. I like that aggression. Just keeping the sniper on his toes, thinking you're not safe at any time. I can do any mission at any time. You have to keep watching it. With that lead, you have to play like that.
All right. Well, that is halftime for this match with a 2-6 scoreline. That's a rough scoreline to have to come back from.
Yeah, definitely. And looking at these venues, library, courtyards, and verandas, 3 of these 4 singles are heavily sniper-sided. Hard to get sweeps there. Pub is the swingier map that could go either way for both of them, but a lot of the sniper-sided venues left, and if you're a Scout, you're super comfortable currently. You have the one quite easy sniper venues. Of course, you still have to convert, and you still have to snipe well, but you have 3 of the 4 venues where winning a sniper should be relatively easier than the previous 2 venues.
Yeah, and Scout just has to win 3 games to get up to 9. It's first to 9. Of course, if we go 8-8, as we've seen in the other matches, we will have overtime. But first to 9. So, I mean, if you snipe library, you snipe veranda, you pick up a win on courtyard or pub, like you're smooth sailing here. So certainly an uphill battle for David. Very difficult to win an S&C match being down on doubles, especially having lost. To be fair though, down 5-0 and managed to split the second venue is a good recovery. So momentum has definitely shifted here in the match more towards David's favor. We will see how the back half treats us, starting on library. David on the spy side playing as Irish. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
And I'm just worried for David, especially on library. And not so on the sniper side, but more on the spy side. David has been struggling with pacing a bit already, and 5 out of 8 are very unforgiving, especially for the pacing.
Yeah, and another thing that it does is it's going to force David is in a must-win situation on sniper side at this point, and these long venues, the long timer that you get on library or veranda, just makes those must-win sniper games so grueling, so punishing. I mean, if you need a break as scout on spy, like you can AFK on your library game and just force a sniper to guard library for 5 minutes while you get to relax. David does not have the same option at this point. So I'm going to do a nice little redirect there. Flirt's already done, by the way. We 2-greened it over on the right-hand side of the venue while I was talking about pacing. So clearly, clearly way ahead of us there. But we're just going to walk over here to the right side bust and wait for an opportunity maybe to dart in and get a bug if Scout gets distracted.
Scout is guarding it really well.
This double walking angle it looks so intentional, but there's no bug being taken. I mean, you almost low light for the fact that you're double walking with the ambassador like that for that much of the venue and just not taking the bug at all.
I mean, maybe you can sometimes low light that, but at the same reason, there's no reason to do that quite yet. It's 1 minute 40, 1 minute 40 past venue. There's still 3 minutes. I mean, we've been walking a lot, but we haven't really landed apart from now. So, the flirt has never been an issue with David in terms of completion. This has been everything else. Just kind of zooming around between conversation circle, trying to find something, but not sure what we're looking. Contact? But not the best time to do it.
2.5 minutes on the clock. Again, I don't want to put aside the possibility that David could just be setting up a civ shot. That's always a possibility. It's absolutely in style, in meta for this player. So always an option. It's just tough to do on a 5 of 8. You have to really help it happen.
Yeah, definitely. Especially, it's hard to convince a sniper that a civilian has done 5 missions under the sniper. We gotta go to center inspects at 2 minutes. It's not spy o'clock yet, but I think it's a good time.
Yeah, that will be inspects done and inspects only. Almost a chance here. Yeah, we try to request a drink to get a purloin at statues. Doesn't quite work out. Toby's not there in time. Yeah, we'll request again at Windows, and we'll go for a purloin. It's a very quick green, in fact. So we'll see how Toby treats us with the offer to Duke. We got hung up on the pillar a little bit. We saw that happening yesterday as well, but it's all fine. We are still the only highlight at this point, and now the drink take, it's gone. This feels very dangerous for David.
Oh, the panicking from Scouts, at least laser-wise. It's not really sure what to think. Are we gonna go for this bug here? No.
It looks like it though, doesn't it? Bouncing off the ambassador like that, but no shot from Scout. Still 45 seconds left. We're down, I think, pretty much to 2 suspects for the purloin. Low lighting, red dress off the fade. But now Duke is doing nothing. And neither is David.
Yeah, and we're in the uncomfortable position where we have to force something and just kind of hope that the sniper misses it.
Innocent watch check. We're trying to do things that a spy would do but not do them. Crashing into the ambo without a bug, checking watch without a timeout at this point. Now we're going to go for a quick swap. We're in mission win countdown, and the shot comes off immediately from Scout. No overtime necessary, and Scout snipes library to go up 7-2.
Scouts, I mean, we were propping out Scouts spy in the preview, but their sniper has been really on point, not missing any purloin shenanigans, library on gallery nor here, and a really solid hold on library.
And that will take us to the first spy game for Scout on library, playing as Kane on overtime point for Scout. 8 would at least guarantee overtime. David on the sniper in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Is this the game for Scout to try to pull out a rush? It's a 5 of 8 venue. The chances for a spy win are lower as is normally. I wouldn't mind to seeing maybe not an immediate rush since the seduction target is kind of away. Maybe like a middle of the game rush and just daring for the sniper to shoot.
No, it's going to be a green time ad. I actually love this strategy. I think this is exactly what you want to do. You want to extend this game. And you know what? We've been highlight. I'm okay with this. Especially if we get like maybe one more green time ad a minute or so from now. You don't have to do any missions. You don't have to win your library spy game. You really don't at this point. You just want to win the match.
I guess he's playing the long
Banana
game.
bread.
We'll go for real banana breads. It's gonna knock out not that many. Okay, we have 6 people all it. I don't think that's all from the contact. I would say Scout is in a rough position, but being up 7-2 is not really a rough position.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, we don't have to show any more hard tells. It's going to be very difficult for us to win this game. If Scout felt that highlight at Windows, maybe you just sit back and think, okay, well, I'll just... Nope, never mind. It's going to be an animation transfer. It's green, which saves us because the laser shot back over to us. But no indication that it's been seen at this point. Book goes back in.
I think I like the Scouts that just put... Even though this is a hard venue for spies to win, just keep on the pressure. Don't stop. And even if the sniper wins this game, let's just say, even if the DavidW wins this game, it's not gonna be a breath of fresh air because you still have to work for it. The spy put you under pressure and made you work for it, and just kind of, and eventually he may slip up. So
now this is aggressive, statue to statue across the venue. We will finish inspects here. I don't really want to see a swap, and we won't. Statue just goes back down. Very dynamic lighting from DavidW. Lots of characters being brought back to neutral lights or low lit here. Love to see that. Difficult to read, of course, as spectators, exactly what's prompting all of it. But very exciting playstyle, and I think you mentioned that in the intro. That's something that DavidW is very capable of.
Yeah, and okay, this is gonna be the moment of truth. We are being held at the very side of the frame. I mean, if we try that, it's gonna be death. Yeah, I think we're trying to catch Kane doing it.
Here it comes. It's a white test. This will be rough, and it's visible. And DavidW takes the shot and splits library.
Indeed, I like that. Still like the aggression from Scout. Just just not letting DavidW breathe for 1 second in this entire match, and yeah, that's mostly an expected result. If you win a library spy game, that's extra. It's usually just a sniper split at the higher levels. But still, a nice attempt from Scout, but unfortunately DavidW is on top of it.
All right, so heading into pub, DavidW playing as Bling Twin and Scout on the sniper side. In 3, 2, 1, playing it. Not going to try for any immediate bug there. Very stereotypical, I think, to try to take those bugs in the pub doorway, and David thinks better of it.
Especially we didn't have any cover there. We were just kind of alone with the ambassador. So yeah, I prefer that we did an attempt, and especially since this is a venue where you kind of have to win. You gotta have to not only win your spy but also your sniper play.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much have to. If you give up a single game, then you've given up at least the draw.
Not only that, but the remaining venues are Courtyard and Veranda. Oh, both venues hard to find a spy one, so A spy win here would be very much helpful, considering that context as well.
We have a party which I feel like has been very active and mobile, but not actually very threatening. You know, we have one person now at statues who will earn a highlight. We've had a couple of people at bar, but it's mostly been people milling around outside or at the inside windows. Here comes a white contact. It will knock out quite a few people, including our statue visitor. But it will at least be real contact for DavidW, who has had trouble finishing contact earlier in the doubles.
And the other conversation with Kane SD gives a lot of people real. And even if let's just say a spy wasn't in the one of those two conversations, it's a reasonable time for a spy to do a contact. But I think we're gonna try to delegate send to our seduction targets. I want to see I would have loved to see a demand here. Fortunately not.
45 seconds on the clock. We still have time if we can green our flirt. We've got plenty of room here to make something happen. We will take a delegate. And then where are we going to head? Ooh, outside, away from our seduction target. This is risky.
Our seduction target is in the queue for bar. I don't think we could have gone there anyways currently. We're gonna have to sense teal here. Go for a fake banana bread. Sorry, splits. We have to send this.
And
but
we do.
We still need a mission.
We need to find our twin here somewhere. It's not gonna be easy. We have to bail out to windows. Our seduction target's coming towards us, comes to us, and we still head to white time ad. And this is gonna be brutal for David. List has not yet been taken. And we've been highlit. This could be 8 points. There's the list take. It's very on camera. Scout, though, doesn't want to take a shot. And we still need a flirt, to be honest, because we didn't green. Holding that shot with the list gone is spooky.
If only would have green.
All right, there's the flirt. And here comes the laser, and Scout takes the shot.
It would take the shot, and again from DavidW, I think we needed to send the delegate a bit earlier and try to catch a twin at bar here. And even if we white flirt there, we would have time. I think DavidW just leaving himself basically no options against that time and going for those risky plays, and unfortunately that just didn't work. Yeah, we're already at match point.
It reminds me of things that people sometimes say about Slappy's play. You know, Slappy has a plan. It feels like in some of these cases, as the time ticks down, DavidW does have a plan. It's just a plan with no room for error, right? No room for the unexpected. And look, when that succeeds, it's extremely strong. But as we've seen here, can be difficult. That being said, after that first, I just want to point out here, after that first venue that Scout swept on Highrise, it's been trading sniper wins for the last 7 games. So again, the scoreline looks rough. The scoreline is just 2 spy wins from Scout at the very beginning of the match. So DavidW is still very possible to come back, but it's got to happen here. It's got to be 5 in a row. Scout on match point to advance to finals in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
We've seen 4 in a row, probably see 5.
Mm-hmm. And I think, you know, here, if you're Scout, you still feel like you're playing with house money, right? Like it's pub. Pub is tough, but you have a chance.
We're gonna chase our seduction targets. Are we the first one to get? No, the general's gonna get it. It is a green for 51%. Pub is one of those venues that I feel like, if you really wanted to flirt with that time, the Sniper K3 of 7 version, just don't have a lot. If you have to flirt 3 to put so much strain on, can't really allow yourself that.
Yeah, and so Scout here, already down to 100 seconds. The pub timer is really quite rough. Selection targets in the back conversation. The ambassador leaves, so it's less spooky for us to go there. We've been highlit. And that is very scary for us. A couple other highlights starting to come off. Could just be twin differentiation. Oh, we go for a bug. It does not take. It was very visible on camera. That is not the bug that Scout wanted.
That's not the bug, but David hasn't shot for the shot yet. Though he sometimes holds his shot, but if you see that bug, it's just shoot immediately. There's no one to obstruct your aim here, as we're gonna go for an inspect.
I kind of like this inspect. Not sure about this swap though. The swap comes off, and David's not gonna let that one pass. David takes the shot. Pub is split, and we have seen 8 sniper wins in a row.
Yeah, David. Unfortunately for David, he has not been able to crack down Scout's sniper, and Scout is fully aware of DavidW's kind of a slower play style, and unfortunately that bug doesn't take for Scouts. But again, as he said before, we're kind of playing with house money. I still have 4 match points to convert, and on 2 venues where it's very possible to hold your sniper. DavidW has to win 2 spies where he hasn't been able to do that quite yet.
All right, well, we head into the last of DavidW's single picks. It will be Courtyard 4 of 7. David on the spy side as Sari. In 3, 2, 1, playing it. And a quick trip. Ooh, I like this. A quick purloin. It will be white, unfortunately. That's not what you're looking for. The list is seen missing. And what's the reaction going to be from Scout? It's a highlight. You're saying, look.
We got the thing.
Oh, no, okay. That will be the shot. And that will be Scout advancing to the Challengers Finals with a victory over DavidW.
Oh, good games from both of them. Oh, is that green purloin worth? I'm not sure how much that would have mattered. I think DavidW just wanted to try to do a rush. That's a green hit. So I think we'll just inspect, swap, and try to make as much confusion for the sniper. It's a core F47. You have to do something aggressive, especially when you're desperate for a win. And unfortunately for David, Scouts holds their sniper flawlessly this entire set, and with a pretty commanding win.
Absolutely. Yeah, 9-4 scoreline. Congratulations to Scout, who has now earned a chance to play for the right to compete with Rob, Sauerkraut, and Opie. So, fantastic prize there. And
no, we're still Grashing Gentlemen to face off.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, there's still going to be the finals round. Congratulations, of course, to both players, to DavidW for qualifying for SMC, and to Scout in their second year of SMC and their first advancement in the tournament. So congratulations there, of course. Once again, thanks everyone so much for watching. Grosh Gentleman, it has been played. It'll be cast here sometime this week when we can find some time. And then we will have, the coming week, we'll have the Challengers Finals. So we'll get all of those ready to go, and then we'll move on to the Champions Round Robins. So Wrestler, as always, thank you so much for casting with me.
Thank you for having me, Corvus. It has been a pleasure, as always.
And we'll see you here next time at SMC.